Just a couple more quick points about why non-duality is bad. In reference to the third point in my four-point argument, the third point being the evidence doesn't support non-duality, I want to refer to some scientific evidence. Quantum physics. For some reason, I don't know why, there's this popular tendency to refer to quantum physics in support of non-duality. Quantum physics does not support the notion of non-duality. Let me give two specific examples. First example, the word quantum. What does the word mean on the tiniest level of reality? So tiny that we can't even see it. Certainly not with the naked eye, but even with instrumentation, we can't see it. It's so small. We can only get close to it mathematically. The theory, the scientific theory of quantum physics involves quanta, okay, a quantum, which is essentially an individual packet of energy, okay? That's what the word means. It is not homogeneity. It is not all one. It is not non-dual. It is about the farthest from. Quantum means discrete, separate little packet of energy. Okay? That's about as far from non-duality as you can get. The second point, and this is a point that applies to how New Age thinking is bad as much as to non-duality being bad, has to do this, the popular reference to the relationship between the observer and the observed, and the findings of quantum physics. And of course, the people who refer to quantum physics are not quantum physicists. They're not going to show you mathematical proofs, but they have this notion that they picked up from some popular paperback or TV show about the relationship between the observer and the observed, how you can't separate the observer and the observed, hence non-duality. Or in the terms of New Age thinking or magical thinking, how even to think about an object is to change the object, or even to look at an object is to change the object. Well, let's get straight what the findings of quantum physics really are. An object doesn't change because my eyeball is pointing at it. What's happening on the particulate level, that tiny level of reality, particles of photons, particles of light, are interacting with the object on a particulate level to alter the object in a particulate way, in a tiny way. So if you turn a light on, there are photons of light that are interacting, those particles of light are interacting with the particles of the object. That has nothing to do with the direction in which my eyeball is pointing. And it certainly has nothing to do with what I'm thinking about the object. So, to jump to the conclusion in magical thinking that my thinking of an object or my looking at an object is changing it, that's not what the findings of quantum physics offer. Quantum physics explains how particles called photons interact. So when you turn the light on, in order so that you can see an object, the photons are interacting, and they're interacting in a very, very small way. We may not be able to predict precisely where a particle will be at a given time, and how fast it's moving. We might have one and not the other. But we do have a science of probability that we use, that scientists use, that it works. It works with great accuracy. So, a big object, a big thing, we can know with relative assurance, like overwhelming assurance, where it is. When it gets down to the particulate level, the tiniest level, we may not be able to say precisely where something is. But in terms of many, many little particles, we have a calculus of probabilities, and it works very well.